So now we're going to talk about two of the main types of bonds. Okay, so these are the major types that you're going to see in this class, that we're going to kind of talk about compounds that use these type of bonds. So first up we have ionic bonds. So ionic bonds will form between oppositely charged ions. Okay, so oftentimes, pun, the name's bond, ionic bond, taken, not shared. Get it? It's great. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so basically, two atoms are going to get close together, and one of them is going to kind of mug the other one for spare electrons. Okay? Now, it's not, I guess mugging might be the wrong way to say it, but it's not like, in this case, the sodium atom is really trying to hold on to that electron. They're kind of just like trying to pass it off on people. So it's more of a combination of the chlorine atom mugging the sodium for flyers that the sodium is trying to hand out. Okay? So both of these atoms really want the electron to move on to the chlorine atom. Okay, but once that electron moves, okay, the sodium has now lost an electron, so it's become positively charged, and then the chlorine atom has gained an electron, so it's now negatively charged. Okay? But because you have these two atoms that are close together, and now they're oppositely charged atoms, they're going to combine. Okay? They're going to bond, and it's called an ionic bond. Okay? Because it deals with ionic atoms. Okay, they become ions. And remember, the sodium is called what? The cation, because it's positive. And the chlorine atom is now called what? The anion. Okay? Alright, so the other type of bond that we're going to talk about is a covalent bond. So you're going to see this one very, very frequently. Carbon really likes to do covalent bonds. Okay, so you're going to see this quite a bit. Covalent bonds will actually share a pair of electrons. So they generally will not share a single electron or 3 electrons, but they will share pairs. Okay, they can share multiple pairs up to 3. They cannot share 4 pairs, okay, or anything higher than that. So they can share 1 pair. So they've got 2 electrons that they're sharing. They can share 4 electrons, so 2 pairs. Or they can share 3 pairs, which would be 6 electrons. You can, and every time you share another pair of electrons, you get another covalent bond. So you can get multiple covalent bonds. This here is showing that it's sharing 4 electrons between this carbon and this oxygen. Okay, which means that these two atoms are sharing 2 pairs of electrons. Okay, so this is a double bond. It's a double covalent bond. Okay, you can also have diatomic molecules. So in diatomic molecules, there are only 7 elements that actually can diatomically bond. But diatomic molecules are elements that can bind just 2 atoms of that element. Okay, so di meaning 2, atomic referring to the atoms. And they are elemental, so they are just the one compound, or the one element. Okay, now what you'll notice with most of these is that it is a single bond involved. So hydrogen here, you've got fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. All of these, okay, are single bonded diatomic molecules. Then you've got oxygen. So oxygen diatomically bonds with a double covalent bond. And then nitrogen actually uses a triple covalent bond. So it shares 6 electrons between these 2 atoms. Okay? So again, these are elements that you will see at least every once in a while in biology. The hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen, you will see a lot more than fluorine, chlorine, bromine, or iodine. Alright, and that is it for this section.